Hello friends, this is Kristen. Today I wanted to show you some of my recent antique store finds, and these are from a few different shops. Let's see, I think one shop is local to me, and then there were two others that I went to when we were on our trip to New Hampshire. We found two really cool antique stores near where we were camping, and they were great. One in particular, well, they were both good, but one was more expensive, so I really didn't buy very much there. But they had a whole entire, the upper floor is full of model train layouts that were going on the Saturday that we were there. That's when they run them, and so that was really neat to go see that. But the other store was really, really good. They had a ton of stuff, and they were good prices too, so I would definitely go back to both of them. All right, so I'm just gonna go. Everything is kind of mixed together. I can't really tell you exactly which store I got them at, which is no big deal, but number one was this really pretty embroidered hanky. And when I buy something like this, I always check to make sure that it was hand stitched. I mean, sometimes if it's machine stitched, I might still buy it, but in this case, you can definitely tell that this was hand stitched. So I thought that was really lovely. One of the stores that I went to had this whole huge bin full of postcards, and he was trying to get rid of them. So he said, I forget what the cost was. It was, you know, some amount per card, but if you get more than 10 or whatever, make me a deal. So we made a deal, which was pretty cool. I bought a couple of these two black and white ones because they're very wintry, and I thought they might be kind of fun for Christmas or winter journals. And then I found a whole bunch of Hawaii postcards, and I had been thinking for a while that I might do some Hawaii journals at some point. So these are all vintage, and I think, well, we'll see as we go through. I think they're all blank. I don't think they've actually been written in, but they are very cool vintage style postcards. And since my family has spent a lot of time in Hawaii, I can say that I've been to a lot of these places, which is kind of cool. Pineapple harvesting. That's neat. Yeah, so anyway, that was a really nice find, and I was glad that he offered to make a deal on them. And I think I found these two Christmas postcards at a different store, but I thought they were both pretty cute. All right, and then I've been eyeing this book at my local antique store for a long time, and I finally decided to break down and get it. If you haven't seen it before, it's just got really nice illustrations that are almost the full page, so they're really beautiful. All color illustrations. And there are other books in this series that are really nice as well. This is the first one of that particular style book that I have. I also found this cabinet card, and I've never purchased photographs like this before, but this one is just so sweet. This little girl. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with it. I'll probably scan it in order to use it. I don't think that I would use the original, but it's very lovely. And they also had a whole lot of cookbooks at this one place, these little like cooking pamphlets. And this one I bought mainly because of the front cover. I just love the colors of this illustration here. The pages inside are not quite so colorful, but they do still have some small illustrations that I like. So that was a good find. And then this Christmas special one, I always like the Christmas cookbooks a lot. And this one has some good illustrations in it as well. So I like that. And then there was this holiday cookbook. This one also has really nice 50s style illustrations. And like, I love that. So this is the kind of thing where I might use something just for a particular holiday, but I don't plan to make, for instance, I don't plan to make St. Patrick's Day journal or Valentine's journals or anything like that. I'm pretty much limiting myself to Halloween and Christmas at this point. This year I did make a bunch of spring sort of Easter journals, but I don't think I'll be doing that again. Oh, there's some Halloween, so that's cool. Very nice. Oh, but it's only this one little spread, so I'm not sure how I would use that. These are so special that I don't know, I might keep it for my own journal. There are more pages in the Christmas section here. So we'll see. I don't know how I'll use that, but the other thing that was really cool about this thrift store, antique store, was that when you walk in, there was a little kind of a vestibule between the outer door and the inner door, and they had a table there with a huge basket just full of cookbooks. And there was a sign that said, please take a cookbook. So I did, and I looked through all of them, and I ended up taking this bananas cookbook just because I thought the illustrations were funny. So it's all about bananas. And one thing that I have been doing is I have files, just manila files in boxes that have various themes for junk journals. And one of the themes, or one section of themes, is colors. So I have like a yellow file and red file, blue file, and all that. And so this whole entire book could go right into the yellow file, and it would be fantastic. But aren't these great? I love this. And I know that there were some other really good ones in there. In fact, I even considered going back multiple times so I could take a cookbook every time I went. Okay, this is from, I'm pretty sure this was from my local antique shop. It's The Mouse House by Rumer Godden. And I really love this illustration, and of course the illustrations inside. So this one I just bought because I really like the illustrations. And I've never seen this book before, so I might have to read it before I do anything with it. The cover is actually really dirty. I tried cleaning it and it doesn't get clean. So I don't know if I would use this as a cover because other people might be really grossed out by it. But this, I might, if I do take it apart, I might see if I can just cut this part out so I can use that because that's really cute. So one of the places had this Audubon magazine, which has some very nice, I think it's all black and white, but there's some good photography in here. And you know what? I didn't notice until just now that it has this. So I wonder if that happened after the fact, after I bought it. Well, that's really weird. Anyway, this one has, I have probably way too much bird stuff, so I might have to stop buying bird ephemera. I found this one at that antique store in New Hampshire, And I thought this was really cool. I hadn't seen this one before, but they're all animal illustrations that you can cut out. So I guess they're just meant, you know, for collage or whatever you want to do with them. All the images are printed on one side, but what's weird about it is the paper. It's super glossy, but the back, so the printed side is glossy. The back side is not glossy. I don't know what kind of paper this is, but I could think of all kinds of things to do with this to illustrate junk journals. And I do have an animal, I have a stack of books with animals in them, and I do have a file with animal images, I don't know, so that'll get used at some point. They had a bunch of these cross-stitch books of in the same series, I guess. And I don't really intend to use this for junk journals, although I could. I mainly got it because I am a cross stitcher, and I like some of the illustrations and the patterns in here. So I may end up using them and stitching from them, or I don't know. I just thought it was kind of a fun one, and it was not expensive, so that was, I think, a couple dollars. And then the last thing was this Great World Atlas, newly revised edition. I didn't look to see when this was published. Oh, there it is. 62. So yeah, these are just, you know, really good large format pages that I can cut into junk journal pages or use for collage or whatever. So I thought that was pretty cool. I know I have had other atlases in the past, and one in particular was way bigger than this. It was huge, and I have been using that one. It was really cool paper. This paper is not as nice as the other one, but it's still pretty good. So that is the end of that, and I don't know exactly what I'll be doing in my next video, but I hope you will come back and see what I'm doing next. All right, I think that's it for today. See you later. Bye-bye.